It's Friday night, and what the fuck are you doing? I'll tell you what you're doing. You're sitting home dreaming about sweaty, built men in underwear. And who better to do it with than the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast? And here's your host, Iconoclast and Dick Taco.
Welcome to the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast. I'm Iconoclast.
And I am your host, Dick Taco.
Let's talk about big sweaty men in underwear.
Bashing into each other, yes.
Did I ever tell you about that thing, speaking of big sweaty men in underwear?
That thing I told you to take care of?
That, where I told you, there's that video you can find where it's wrestling clips out of context, where it's all extremely homoerotic.
I'm going to jerk a knot in your ass. Yeah, I vaguely remember it, yes.
We had the thing with Ronnie Garvin, where he's like, Philip Blanchard, I want you. It's not Uncle Sam talking. It's me. It's Ronnie Garvin. I want you. I'm going to get my hands on you. I'm going to touch your body.
Oh, it's awful.
That's what you get. Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard. It's Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I know. I was just trying to think of that one myself. Yeah, I've seen this. I heard football commentary on it one time.
I know. The Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson, 6'10" Lane Johnson coming right down your throat. Yeah.
Now Hogan's got the Warrior on his knees.
Oh, that one's great.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. You asked earlier about Jobber Nation? That's just the guy I follow on Twitter.
I've never heard of this before. I don't consider that a reliable source.
Well, neither are we reliable sources. I get so much shit wrong because
we're not a source. We don't have our own source.
No, we just steal shit from other news.
I'd rather listen to Meltzer.
Nah.
Brian Alvarez was at the press scrum last night.
Brian Alvarez is credible. He's like the Walter Cronkite of wrestling journalists. Brandon Thurston not far behind.
Not Unca Dave.
Nah, his time has passed. His face looks like he's allergic to something, and his face just blew up. But anyway, WrestleDream was last night.
Yep.
Very good.
Yes, very good show.
Very good show. I mean, we talked about it before we got on the air. The hot crowd at Tacoma obviously is
Extremely
AEW
hot.
country. Yeah. And you know what another good thing is, too? They don't have a whole lot of sports out there. I mean, no, they do now. They have hockey now. They don't have basketball. They haven't had basketball.
I did figure out finally why it's called WrestleDream.
Yeah.
Because Tony Khan said it's called WrestleDream because it's in honor of Antonio Inoki.
Oh, yes.
Wrestling's greatest dreamer.
Did you see what happened? Well, first of all, what is with the wrestling? Was he called that? Or is that what Tony's saying?
That's what Tony says. He was wrestling's greatest dreamer.
So he made a whole pay-per-view event over that? That's ridiculous.
Well,
he really only books for himself. I swear to God.
It's a memorial. It's when he died.
Oh, yeah, I know. But he led that whole crowd in the chant. That was awful.
What happened?
The itchy knee, sa, da. And he had the words up on the screen. And nobody got it because they put him across too fast. You didn't see this?
When was this?
It was during, he had his two grandsons come out there?
It was during the pre-show?
No, maybe.
But then I was asleep.
But he was like, itchy, knee, sa, da. And they ran the words. Like I said, it was too fast. And then he goes, one more time. And they didn't put it up right away. It was awful. Nobody knew what the fuck he was talking about. Like, he really just does shit that he wants to do.
No.
It's like if you walked into Princeton and was like, all right, all day you people are going to watch me play Metal Gear Solid 5. That's basically how he books.
No, it's like that's Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan, who runs, running the NWA.
No. I can't explain what Billy Corgan's doing, but I know what Tony's doing.
Gags the Gimp.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So let's get to the WrestleDream results here.
Okay. We'll do the news. Again, I need you to talk about the pre-show actually had 4 matches.
Yeah, and they were not bad, but let me get to the actual card here. WrestleDream 2024. Let's see. I love Wikipedia the best because they put it in order of how it went. So
Yeah.
All right. Brian Cage defeated Atlantis Jr. by pinfall to win the ROH World Television Championship, which was not, it really wasn't, it was a decent match. I turned it on about halfway through. But Brian Cage is a decent worker. Atlantis Jr. makes you look good. And Brian Cage is on roids. There is no way. Like you're not supposed to look like that. He's on Venom the way he looks. But
you stole that from me.
Oh, you did that? That was who you said that about?
Yeah.
Anna Jay defeated Harley Cameron by pinfall in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. I zoned out because you know how I feel about women's wrestling.
Would you say women's wrestling, people who cheer for women's wrestling, it's like people who walk their cats or people who listen to Steely Dan? I remember that's what you told me
it's
once.
like,
I don't agree with that.
I mean, I'm not a Republican because they think like they hate the WNBA Republicans because they think, I actually heard one of them say, who wants to watch a bunch of lesbians play basketball? And I'm like, who cares? But anyway, the Acclaimed with Daddy Ass defeated MXM Collection with Rico, complete with mutton chops.
Wait, really? He had his mutton chops?
He got famouser from Billy Gunn, who did the DX cross chop and yelled, "Suck my dick" at the top of his lungs.
So, like, was Billy surprised to see him?
Yeah, he referenced Billy and Chuck, the angle and all that stuff. He probably will bring Palumbo in. I imagine.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Pay somebody else fucking money to do nothing.
Well, you don't have to sign to a contract. Just pay him by an appearance.
I wonder how much he paid Gangrel to do that one night. I hope that Gangrel I hope old David Heath there milked him at least.
No, but that appearance was great. Where Edge was wrestling Malachi Black, and then you just see this. Adam Copeland was wrestling Malachi Black, and you just see this hand come out from under the ring. Come on, that was cool.
Next match, the Conglomeration, who this team of Cassidy and O'Reilly I actually like.
Yeah, it's the Conglomeration is Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe.
And the Outrunners, Turbo Florida Truth Magnum, who look like Magnum TA had a baby with the Beverly Brothers.
That's the point. They're supposed to be a parody of like 80s cocaine and baby oil tag teams. Defeated
the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver, and the Premier Outlets, Aria Davari and Tony Nese, with Smart Mark Sterling, Josh Woods, and Pizzeria Uno, who actually got into the scuffle. Fat fuck.
Is he wearing a shirt and tie still?
Oh, he is. All right, now we're on to the main show. Jay White defeated Hangman Adam Page by pinfall.
Match.
16 minutes and 20 seconds. I hope they keep Hangman off TV for a while now then. Like, let's swerve. Because aren't they even in the matches? There was 4 matches, right? Aren't they even?
Officially, they're even.
Okay, so there has to be one blow-off. So he goes away. Swerve deals with the Hurts Syndicate. And then he comes back around the other end and attacks him when that's over. And then they finish it off.
Whatever.
Maybe you get mutual.
Swerve and Hangman, you can keep on going forever.
I'll never be through with you. But yeah, that was 16 minutes and 20
seconds. Jay White got a big win. Jay White's a face now.
I was going to say that.
He's very good. It was a great match.
Mariah May defeated Willow Nightingale by pinfall.
It was okay.
I didn't see that. I must have been doing something or something. I didn't see it.
It was kind of short, but Mariah May did a real beater. It was very good. It was a very good match.
Okay. Jack Perry defeated Katsuyori Shibata. Not a bad match, but only 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
It got overshadowed by the end of it. We had Daniel Garcia show up.
Daniel Garcia, who claims to be a hot free agent. You saw what Jobber Nation TV said, right? Who you don't want to use as credible witness, but I thought that was interesting that he asked to be paid more money than anyone.
Well, he's a big star that AEW is trying to build.
Yeah, but to walk in like that and say that, if he really did, that he wants more money than anybody there.
Well, he's probably better than most people there.
Well, I don't think he's a bad worker, but still.
He's a big their old champion was Ethan Page, who was a lower mid-card guy in AEW.
And then MJF comes back and attacks him.
And then, it's all about the
boom! Adam Cole, baby.
Where he's
looking smaller than ever. And it's amazing. I was talking to your mother.
I was on the toilet during this, so I didn't see this.
You dumb shit. I hope you rewound it. Because I was talking to your mother about it today.
I couldn't. It was a pay-per-view.
I was talking to your mother about it today, and I said, it's amazing how long this feud has taken to develop due to the fact, first of all, that Cole's an idiot and how he broke his foot or whatever he did.
Shattered his foot.
Yeah, jumping in on a run-in when all you had to do was Like, what were you trying to do? Whether you jump off the side or run down the ramp, you still don't look like you could fucking take over a damn bowl of Jello. So, but he's a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
But now he's the baby face, and MJF's the heel.
It's been so much time.
Like, they think people don't remember that.
Like,
but we do.
Well, because it's been so much time since, like, it's been a year since Adam Cole turned heel on him. It's been about a year. It was at World's End last year. That was in December.
Speaking of
October now.
Speaking of end of year, I have the categories.
Okay, we'll talk about
for the first annual IWPs. We need to come up with people.
The Iconoclastic Wrestling
Podcast Year End Awards. The IWPs, like PWI.
Now,
the next match, you saw this, right? This is the last one I remember. This one took a lot out of me.
Takeshita, Ospreay, and Ricochet.
Love Don Callis, as usual, too.
And Kyle Fletcher came out at the end, turned heel.
Stabbed him with a fucking... Now, he's going to be out for a little bit, I think. I think they're going to write him out for a little bit.
Ospreay?
Ocean Spray, yes. He's going to be out for a couple weeks.
Well, he should. And, by the way...
At least sell it a little bit.
I did find out why MJF's been out since All Out.
Happy Gilmore, too.
Yes. Who apparently is not just a cameo. He's got a major part.
He's his son.
Really?
Yeah.
He's Adam Sandler's son in that movie?
Yeah, that's what I read.
Oh, wow. So he's got a major part.
Yeah.
Because his part in the Iron Claw got cut out.
I know. I don't remember it, but like there's so much to not remember from that movie because it's not factually based.
He was supposed to be Lance Von Erich, the fake Von Erich.
Oh, my God. Did you see the guy who played Ric Flair in that? He looked like his medium, like his inspiration was Ric Flair from that porno Royal Rumble with China. Oh, my God.
Speaking of China, we got the new China, Marina Shafir, who's actually doing very well in this role, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Takeshita defeating Ospreay, Ricochet was great.
Just like the amazing spot.
A lot of potatoes, a lot of yams thrown during that match.
The 3-man suplex at the very end when...
How about the Hurricane Rana into the Rey Mysterio move? Yeah. Where he Hurricane Rana... Ospreay, Hurricane Rana, Ricochet into the 619.
Yeah. And then we had the take a shit, took Ricochet onto the table. Looked like he killed him.
Yeah. Rough. These guys take a lot of fucking chances.
We got stuff like, I thought this was great, where Ricochet tried to slap Takeshita.
It's hard not to call him take a shit. It's hard.
And then Takeshita just no-sold it, and he hit him with a lariat, and he fell back.
I don't like all the no-selling that they do, though, on some of these moves.
Well, because they...
where you hit him with your clothesline from hell, Ospreay, and just because he's a fucking freak of nature, he does a backflip, and he goes, and it hits you with a fucking forearm. The finishers, I don't know, you shouldn't even call them that anymore, because they don't finish nobody.
No, but that's not... Takeshita's finisher.
You know what I'm saying, though.
His finisher is the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Oh, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Finishers don't get used like they should anymore. So, but it was a great match. Match of the night. Match of the year candidate with the IWPs, I think I'm going to throw it in there. We're going to do 5 things for each category.
Okay.
All right, now take over, because I fell asleep.
Okay, Hologram defeated the Beast Mortos. So I was having some digestive trouble last night, so I was once again on the toilet for this match, for most of it. But from what I did see was very good. We have 2 David and Goliath matches back to back. Same thing with Darby and Brody King. They had some really,
How did Darby beat him?
Oh, he
could eat him.
They did this spot where Brody King was using the steps to attack Darby. He did this thing where he put the steps up on their side at the beginning of the match, and he put Darby's head on the steps, and then he stepped on his head. So at the end of the match, the steps are still on their side. So somehow, I forget exactly how, Brody King gets up on the top rope, or the second highest rope. So then...
Yeah, the second turnbuckle on the inside.
Yeah, okay. So then Darby pushes him, or he hits him off the rope, and he falls back first. Brody King falls back first onto the steps. And then Darby, the maniac that he is, does a coffin drop onto Brody King. And then he gets him back in the ring for the 3.
Wow. That was only 12 minutes and 20 seconds, that match.
Then we had
the least interesting match on the card, I would say, just on paper, even.
Yeah, the Young Bucks defeated Private Party.
Who didn't see that coming? No way, Private Party was going to go over the illustrious EVPs.
Yeah, but this should be the start of a long-term story because people are getting behind Private Party.
This should have been a start of the first. This should have been the start of the card. But anyway,
but did you usually want the start of the card to be a relatively good match?
I don't know. I remember the Young Bucks used to start a lot of New Japan shows back in the day, and they were always good. Young Bucks and Roppongi Vice and Red Dragon.
But this...
3 of the greatest tag teams in the last 20 years.
But this was... I didn't realize that Private Party was trained by Amazing Red.
Yeah, me neither. I found that out.
They had that vignette at the beginning where Amazing Red gave them a pep talk, where he looks like Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit now, but...
Yeah, I don't even know who Amazing Red is. I never seen him. I know who he is. I never seen him wrestle.
One of the biggest indie talents of the early to mid 2000s.
He's an original Ring of Honor guy, isn't he?
Yeah, and he was in TNA at the very beginning. He wrestled with Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles.
How about Jimmy Jacobs leaving AEW? Did you see that? He resigned. Yeah,
he apparently.
He's a pretty high up producer there.
In their creative, supposedly.
Well, Jimmy Jacobs, remember him and Tyler Black, a.k.a. Seth Rollins, were the Fallen. They were really good tag team.
And then, what was that? If you ever hear about the Code Red,
yeah,
that Amazing Red created that. That was his finisher.
So how did the Bucks finish off Private Party?
How did they finish off Private Party? This match is so forgettable. I don't even remember. It was a Bucks match. You have
to say though that AEW has better tag teams than WWE. I was talking to the wife last night. I said, name a tag team from WWE. All I could come up with was Awesome Truth and DIY.
Awesome Truth aren't together anymore. They broke up.
Even worse. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. They got A-Town Down Under.
Oh, Christ. They suck. Both of them suck. Austin Theory had potential for a minute. And he got ruined when Vince took his first name away.
Why did Vince take his first name away and make him Theory?
I don't know. Maybe he always wanted to have a little short white guy named Theory around or something, get his mail for him.
Yeah, but then they had both their tag team divisions kind of suck right now.
Yeah, but AEW's is better. Yeah, they have better tag teams.
But they both suck.
Even the tag teams, Tody's very good with putting tag teams together, like O'Reilly and Cassidy. Even though they're not together now, Fletcher and Ospreay. These makeshift tag teams are good. And they're not Marty Jannetty and the 1-2-3 Kid. Which they were good, but they couldn't hold down anybody.
The biggest thing they need to do is get rid of the trio.
They would be pushed to the top of the card in AEW. Marty Jannetty and the 1-2-3 Kid.
Why?
Because that's the kind of wrestling you guys like. Smaller guys that can do a lot of moves. You never saw them in the early 90s. Don't knock it. It's not a knock. I'm not pissing on AEW when I say that.
Because I know you like Marty Jannetty.
I like the Rockers. I always thought I told you, I can't bang this drum enough. Marty and Shawn had the same exact moveset, and some would say Marty did it better, but Shawn was better looking. Marty looks like fucking Deborah Winger. For realsies. No dealsies.
I remember him telling the story of, because listening to his shoot interviews is, stupid.
Oh, why bother? It's like a cunt hair away from being Billy Jack Hayes. For real.
He's telling the story. He tells this story, just to quickly interrupt this.
No, this is fine.
That, about Luna Vachon, where
Fable. Go ahead.
Where they're in this. He says that there's a bunch of people hanging out in a room, and then they have on the road or something, and then they have this this pile of Coke on a table, just this giant pile of Coke, and they all just take straws and start sniffing it, and snorting it. And then a bunch of them start having sex, and Marty's saying how he's fucking this one girl, and then Luna joined in.
Fable.
That's what Bam Bam Bigelow said, right? That he showed up in front of his tour.
Oh, she was crazy. She's probably on drugs. She died young, too.
Wasn't she married to Gangrel?
Yeah, for a little bit. Mark Briscoe defeated Jericho with
Didn't see this match either. I was
this is an odd match. To put that far down the card, I would have.
It was Jericho. You got to. It's a Jericho. match.
But it is, I guess, a match. If you don't remember it, it's because you were designed not to remember because it's right before the main event. Nobody remembers what the match was before Hogan and Andre at WrestleMania 3. I do, though.
What?
Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov versus Killer Bees. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan interfered and hit the Iron Sheik with a 2x4.
Who is the Killer Bees?
B. Brian Blair and Jumping Jim Brunzell.
Did they suck?
They were Jim Brunzell was older. He was mid to late 70s. He was in the AWA with Vern Gagne's son. They were the High Flyers. They had a big feud with Adrian Adonis and Jesse Ventura. So,
I heard you tell me that Adrian Adonis was supposed to be like a tough guy.
Oh, absolutely.
There's one thing I read that like Punk's supposed to be this massive tough guy in kayfabe when he seems like he's made out of paper mache in real life.
Paper mache Punk. That was a good name he came up for.
Paper mache Punk, yeah.
I
bet you I could beat him in a fight.
I doubt it. I would take pictures of that.
One kick from me, I'd tear his ACL again.
Oh, please. Talk about the main event.
All right. Great match between two guys.
The plumber, the leader of the pipe fitters.
Again, I know you hate Moxley. So
you have no idea how much I hate Moxley.
I once again I was kind of burnt out by this point.
They do that to you, these shows.
Yeah, but I'd rather have a 13-match card than a 5-match card.
Well, yeah, but a lot of these new pay-per-views, they're not the big ones. Like, SummerSlam has more. WrestleMania they're all going to be 2 nights now. The 2 nights being like 2.5, 3 hours is just enough. Because when it gets to like 4 like this, excuse me, I can't stay up for it.
I forgot to talk about this before the main event. We had Swerve come out talking about how Nana sells weed to high school kids in the parking lot of hotels.
Is that when the Hurt Syndicate came out and talked?
Yeah, it was Shelton and MVP. And a lot of people, including me, think that they didn't have Lashley debut on purpose because you already had MJF and Adam Cole come back. And so having too many people in one night would just dilute both of them. And also a big part of the segment was Swerve paying tribute to Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so, again, if you had Lashley come back, it would dilute that again. So a lot of people think they're going to have like Swerve and Shelton have a match on Dynamite or something. And then that's when they're going to have Bobby Lashley debut. Because I've read stuff, apparently, according to some dirt sheets I've seen, Bobby Lashley's already signed a contract.
Makes sense. That'll be a big deal, him going over there. That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Because that's like these guys aren't nobody.
Neither was Edge, and their ratings didn't go up.
Edge come on. Edge came back with a lot of furor when he won the fucking Royal Rumble that one year. And then they made him a vampire, and they put him in the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day was cursed from there on out.
Yeah, and now they're street trash with Carlito playing the PS5 in their
fucking jerk
in their clubhouse. I know you.
So it was an amazing match, and he's retired now. Huh?
Well, retired from full-time competition because what happened was a lot of people thought it was kind of anticlimactic. I was just shocked where it's like during the Katsuyori Shibata and Jack Perry match. I was just confused at first where Shibata put Perry in a sleeper hold on the ground, and then he laid back and got his shoulders on the ground, so then the referee counted it as a pin.
That was a pretty good ending, though.
Yeah,
that just shows you, like, Perry snuck out another one, like he squeaked out another one.
But in this match, it was Moxley put him in a rear naked choke, and a lot of people thought that it was anticlimactic. It should have been like a bigger move, but
rear naked choke's a badass move.
And then after that, of course, we get, oh no, we gotta get security out here, no, because then Moxley takes out the plastic bag, and
it's like, I'm gonna kill this little shit now.
Now a lot of people I saw, they didn't like how this ended. And I originally didn't like it.
Your mother told me the ending when we were on our way up to...
And now I've come to like it because like a lot of people said, most AEW pay-per-views, including All In, end with the babyface winning. And this is different.
This is the Empire Strikes Back ending.
Yeah.
The realistic ending where the good guy loses.
Where now they're going to... Because when Danielson...
He's definitely a big enough star to retire him, I think, though.
Where when Danielson retires... Like, some people compared it to, like, Brock ending the streak, and I don't think that's a fair comparison at all.
You know what was good about that, though?
What?
You weren't watching wrestling, though. We were all watching that at my house. When they counted 3, they didn't even They rung the bell. They didn't hit his music or anything, and you just in Heyman's face, like you just were able to soak it all in. You ever see the black guy with the bug eyes?
Yeah,
That's where that's from.
I know what that's from.
The funniest part was I have the live cut of that on DVD, and because I recorded it, the Undertaker got a concussion early in the match, and he's trying to lift himself up, and some guy must be right near the camera. He goes, "You suck!" and he gets right on camera. It's all caught on audio.
But then there's this.
What was the attendance? Do we know the attendance for last night?
No, and the numbers don't. You always gotta fucking be a bean counter.
No, because I'll bet you it's good.
But I saw a panoramic view of the arena and it was packed.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
they do have good camera people though. You know they have good camera people at hiding it. That's why you gotta look it up.
But then they have Moxley takes out the plastic bag, and then Wheeler Yuta and Darby Allin come out. Darby comes out with a chair to hit Moxley with. And then Darby turns around. And then Yuta's back there and he stands up. He's back with Danielson. Darby's going after Moxley and the new BCC. And then Wheeler Yuta runs out and hits Darby with the knee. Wheeler Yuta joins John Moxley.
He joins the Pipe Fitters. The Pipe Fitters Union, Local 568. They're going to have, remember when 1 week, they're going to have those plaques with the wrenches on it.
Hey,
I have the numbers.
All those people would fuck you up.
Okay, whatever. I have the attendance number. This is per WrestleTick, so you know it must be good.
Okay, what was it?
The arena was set up for 8,304, and they sold 7,628. Not bad. The arena has a capacity of 21,000, but I'm not even going to. I was going to say, if it was over 4,000, I would be happy. And it's so I think that was a decent show. But they gotta play within this wheelhouse. Like that's decent. Set up for 8,300.
And then they have
their TV is garbage though. That's the problem. What they do on television sucks.
Yeah.
They to do what they did last night, they don't even need a TV show. They don't. Don't you agree?
Yeah, because they don't need TV the way they do it now because TV, the way AEW has TV now, it feels like the way you describe like the way wrestling TV was in the 80s. Like, when I watch AEW TV, I mostly just fast forward to watch the promos. Because that's the main thing you're trying to see.
Absolutely. That's the only thing that furthers any of the storylines, the fucking talking.
So, maybe they should just have like a 1 hour show of just promos. But then
maybe a couple matches.
Yeah.
But then you can get rid of some of all those people like I was talking about again. Not all of them, let's say.
Well, maybe we'll do Keeper Cut again this week. Now that I've
let's not do Keeper Cut. We got too much of it. We'll do Keeper Cut next week. We can plan for it better.
But then we had
because I mean, I only need like 2 minutes to cut 75% of the roster.
And then Danielson's on the ground, and Moxley hands the plastic bag to Yuta. And as this is going on, Pac and Marina Shafir, the new China, who, again, I thought she sucked before when she first showed up. And now I think she's amazing in this new role, where she's just Moxley's bodyguard. I didn't know she was married to Roderick Strong. I found that out.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
But anyway, they're beating up
Nick
Darby.
Strong, like your cousin upstairs when he went to the ER last week. You saw that picture, right?
Yes.
Him and a 4-year-old in a neck brace.
But then
fucking idiot.
And then we see Pac. You can hear on the camera feed, he's beating up, he's like,
Can I say what a good addition he is to them?
Yeah, he's kicking.
Fuck Danielson. Put Pac in there. I mean, as far as being in that role, not.
He's kicking Darby, and he just goes, "Get that motherfucker!" It was hilarious. And then Moxley hands the plastic bag to Yuta. It's like, you do it.
Wheeler useless no more.
And then Yuta takes the plastic bag and is, suffocating Danielson with it. And then Darby's going, "Brian, stop! Stop moving! Stop!" And then Excalibur...
He's a hell of an actor, that Wheeler useless.
And then Excalibur makes them... No, well, that's Darby saying stop. But then... And then it's the baby...
Why does Darby care?
Because he doesn't want Yuta killing Danielson.
Oh.
And then... Again, this is the second time we've witnessed a murder on this is the third time we've witnessed a murder on AEW TV.
Did they start chanting, "This is murder"? Did they start chanting that again?
I didn't hear that, but then...
They chanted, "This is arson" when they blew up Swerve's house.
And then, which is now part of Hangman's permanent entrance, Titanatron.
Oh
but then they had the entire babyface locker room empties out, where it's like what you said, what happened with Yokozuna, where all the heels came out.
Oh, yeah.
All the babyfaces were out. Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Adam Cole,
Baby.
a bunch of people, Hook. They all ran out to kick the Blackpool, a private party.
You know who needs to come back now in this war?
Who?
Samoa Joe.
Oh, well, he's filming Twisted Metal Season 2 right now. That's where he's been.
Great fucking games, Twisted Metal.
Yeah, but now they got a TV show on Peacock, and he plays the clown-looking guy.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, that's... Well, now...
I wonder who plays Crimson Fury.
But that's what he's been doing. That's why they wrote him off TV when Jericho hit him with a forklift.
Yeah.
And then they put him in they wheeled him off in an ambulance. But then the pay-per-view just goes off the air. It sounds like Excalibur's crying, and
that's just the way he sounds because he's a big pussy.
He is, and then Jeff Jarrett comes out. You just hear JR.
That's what I want to hear. That's like he's like the Jermaine Jackson of AEW.
Who?
Jeff Jarrett. He's like the forgotten Jackson brother.
But then he runs out, and you just hear JR go, "Oh no, not Jeff Jarrett!" It's like he's, and then everyone, because now Jeff Jarrett is a baby face now.
Oh, for crying out loud!
But so then all the faces come out, and then eventually it's Orange Cassidy that runs out that gets the Moxley faction to leave.
Does he hit him with the not so Superman punch?
No, it's the Orange Punch.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be making fun of Roman Reigns.
I know what it is. That's why I call it the not so Superman punch.
And then the pay-per-view ends. Their faction leaves. A lot of people I was reading were saying that this is like what the new Elite should have been.
Yeah.
As like these guys seem threatening. Moxley's faction.
Thank you.
They're threatening. They seem dangerous.
Pipefitters Union Local 58 is a bunch of ass kickers.
They are dangerous. They murdered
Marina Shafir can plumb. Let me tell you that.
They tried murdering somebody.
Twice!
Marina Shafir got ejected from ringside. But
of course she did.
Because she was interfering in the match, beating up Danielson.
Of course she was.
Moxley, so now Moxley is the first ever 4-time world champion.
Who cares?
What do you mean, who
That's
cares?
like being 4-time employee of the month at Chick-fil-A. But what do you think about, we were talking about the attendance being set up. What do you think about the rumor or the talk that the Dynamite ticket attendance is like around WCW 2000 levels? What do you think about that?
They just got to market better.
Yeah, well, we say that every week. There's no way they're marketing anything, or they're doing it wrong.
Yeah. When was the last time Excalibur rattled off the entire card for the next week's Dynamite at the end of the current Dynamite? That used to happen every week so that you would know what was on to tune in.
That's a good marketing play right there. Chris Jericho and MVP have apparently settled their animosity.
Yeah, because they got into a fight on the Jericho Cruise. Apparently MVP punched him out.
Really?
Yeah.
MVP looks like he can handle himself.
Marcus Vontavious Porter,
otherwise known as MVP. Mercedes Moné thinks she had a role in Stephanie McKeer getting signed by WWE.
Yes!
I was like, maybe WWE watched Forbidden Door and saw what a better wrestler she is than you.
Well, I mean...
Because she is a really good
Before that
wrestler.
match, nobody fucking cared who Stephanie McKeer was. No one knew who she was before that match.
She is a good wrestler, though.
Yeah, but...
Didn't do business.
Yeah, I mean, even if it was just Mercedes showing...
Mercedes absolutely sucks.
I'm surprised she didn't wrestle last night. She's wrestling on Dynamite.
She was she's wrestling at Queen, whatever, Aminata. Is that her name?
Queen Aminata.
Padme Amidala. Tony Khan sent stealth Starlinks to Asheville, North Carolina police to help with the cleanup of Hurricane Helene. Elon Musk, I wrote that down because Elon Musk said something to somebody like that and he charged them for it. It's no shame. It's no time to be gouging people. No mention of the ROH library on Max. That fucking blows. Not once has that been talked about.
Well, someone needs to ask then.
Because that's what I would most be interested in.
What?
The Ring of Honor? Like the entire Ring of Honor library from 2002 to like a couple years ago? Like Punk, Danielson, Joe, Kobashi, Misawa, all these guys that passed through there. Joe versus Necro Butcher's in there. Like,
well, I told you this one guy.
Early IWA Mid-South, too, like around 2000.
Punk versus Chris Hero in a 90-minute match.
In that barn.
Yeah. Chris Hero apparently was in charge of agenting.
That was the Hepatitis Wrestling Association, wasn't it?
The Danielson-Moxley match. Because apparently Danielson basically...
He produced it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Planned out everything with the match himself. He wanted to lose to Moxley. He wanted this match to happen the way it did. And Danielson's whole entire run was basically curated by him.
Well, that's good. It wasn't bad.
It's the opposite of what Vince did.
And I have a correction. The head-to-head the other week, last week I talked about Title Tuesday versus NXT. That's all it was. NXT versus Title Tuesday. It was not like they're going head-to-head. So
yeah. Title Tuesday.
Did you hear about the name of the parent company of AEW, Beatnik Investments, LLC?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Well, no, there's always a parent company.
Yeah, but that name, Beatnik Investments.
Who the hell knows?
I don't know.
With this fucking wackadoo.
Maybe it's Shad's company.
Maybe.
Did you say the one time you saw Shad on AEW TV?
Foreign heel. He could be called like the Great Gama or something. Like he has the mustache and everything. Did you hear about this? This isn't on your format because I found out after I sent it to the Maple Leaf Wrestling inaugural Grail champion to be crowned at Forged in Excellence, it's called. I want to find a way to watch their shit. I need to support Scott D'Amore. Like, he's a hell of a booker.
Yeah, well, he wanted to buy TNA from Anthem, and they said no.
Did you hear the Jerry Lawler thing?
No.
He's running this case against the Tennessee police because his son, Brian Christopher, he died in prison, and they always tried to say it was suicide. Hold on, I saved the post.
Brian Christopher. What was he in prison for?
Drugs.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm trying to find
I remember when they had the him and the X-Pac storyline in TNA.
Hold on, I'm finding it right now. The claims brought forth by wrestler Jerry Lawler regarding his son's in-custody suicide at the Hardeman County Jail were officially dismissed. Brian Lawler was booked into the Hardeman County Jail in Bolivar on July 7th of 18 on DUI, evading arrest, and driving with a revoked license charges. The sheriff's office said he later committed suicide in jail. Jerry Lawler filed a wrongful death suit against the officials at Hardeman County. 1 year later, he was seeking $3 million in compensatory and undetermined amount in punitive damages. In September 2022, they denied the claims against the sheriff and Leonard Brown, but claims against 3 other people were not denied. This went all the way to the United States Court of Appeals in the Sixth Circuit. But everything he said has been dismissed.
Well,
he thinks he wasn't... The lawsuit claimed that Hardeman County authorities did not get Brian Lawler treatment for drug and alcohol issues, and after he was injured in a fight, they put him in solitary confinement where he used his shoelaces and bolts in his cell to commit suicide. That's kind of odd. Why would you use bolts in your cell? Don't understand that at all. But yeah, I watched the whole hard copy or something about that. RVD admits he was on a WWE Legends deal during his last AEW run. He was just not allowed to premiere in promotional materials like video games and things like that. And finally, in the miscellaneous news, Janelle Grant's attorney, Ann Callis, said if WWE is so hell-bent on being separated from Vince McMahon, they should release all NDA employees from those agreements.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. The sky would fucking fall. My God. You know what's in there? Suppose Chael Sonnen's right, and 3 of those things are for dudes. I mean, I don't care what people do, but do you really want the whole world poking around into that? I mean, and knowing that stuff? I don't know, but that certainly would be interesting. Let's go to the WWE news. Braun Strowman, who's always hurt, he's the Mike Trout of WWE, tears his groin in that last Monster Standing match the other week with, who was it, Bronson Reed?
Yes.
Yeah, I always get him and Brody King confused.
Hmm.
Joseph Park produced the Punk McIntyre Hell in a Abyss.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I put it in there. You know who he was?
No, I know who Abyss was. I just didn't know what his real name was.
Now, you'll like this, even though it's about Punk. He's written off TV because he doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia.
Good.
He's always been critical of WWE's relationship. He will start a program with Rollins upon his return, which, finally, we're going to get that. If he didn't get hurt, we would have got it earlier. Frustration backstage with the first 2-hour Raw in years on 10-7. 10-14 Raw will not be live, was recorded after the 10-7 Raw. Not done much anymore. Smart, though. Title Tuesday. I assume this was the reason for I have some more AEW news here that I must have missed. Title Tuesday. I assume your text the other day when you were depressed had something to do with that. Title Tuesday.
It was just the awful cards and
like the what the fuck is he doing, right?
Yeah. They don't need
television. Not if they're going to do it like this.
Yeah, it's the way they book.
Because I wrote here, Title Tuesday 10-8. The only titles were the TBS and NJPW Strong Women's. 329,000 viewers. Now it's on
that and the number one contenders match for the women's title.
Probably stiff competition from MLB. I was like uncharacteristically low.
But also, it was a different night than usual. So.
I know. NXT got 874, though. That's a lot more than they got. I don't really like NXT, though.
I told you I hate it because I hate it even more because of all the people online that say how great it is.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of it since they went to this happy freaking pastel shit. Also, per Jobber Nation TV, Britt Baker was not pulled from Title Tuesday match against Willow due to being ill. She's very upset with her creative direction and got into a heated argument with Tony Khan.
No.
Crown Jewel titles will be exclusive to studio shows.
What does that mean, studio shows?
Oh, the Saudi shows. I have my own typo.
Well, of course it's exclusive to the Saudi shows. That's the whole
They won't be
point.
mentioned the rest of the year, though. I wrote stupid.
Of course, that's the whole fucking point. It's to only be at the Saudi shows because the Saudis get to decide what happens at those shows.
They should just keep it over there, though. Jesse Ventura officially signs Legends deal. He's going to be a commentator on Saturday Night's Main Event come January. I'm excited.
Nobody watches Saturday Night's Main Event.
They haven't done it in years. It's going to be on NBC again.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Main Event.
Oh, my God. No.
After they celebrated Shelton Benjamin's 20th anniversary of working there.
That's fucking crying shame. Per Meltzer, The Rock already gave WWE word that he can't do WrestleMania 41. That's good news, too. Finally...
The Rock said on Instagram, don't believe that.
Really?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's because Meltzer said it. Why would you believe it? There's a 50-50 shot. And how about this? Motor City Machine Guns will make their debut this Friday coming up on SmackDown. Right to the main roster. I think they have a good enough pedigree to do it like that, though. All right, you want to do the... let's finish off the show with... I'll read you the awards I have, and we'll pick 5 for each one.
All right.
And you have to do it based on... When you're picking these, you can't just put it on everything you like. Because I'm not going to do that either. And I think my choices, you're going to be surprised, are overwhelmingly AEW. But there's WWE in there, too. You got to think about everybody. Don't be like Tony and just book for yourself. Hold on. I did this at work the other day when I was supposed to be working. Where is it? Oh, the IWPs. All right. Wrestler of the Year.
Ospreay.
Hold on. Okay. Danielson.
Cody.
Yep. All right. Can we come up with 2 more? Or is it even close? Like, who's like roaming out for most of the year?
Swerve.
Okay. And 1 more.
I'm trying to think of someone else from WWE.
For a wrestler of the year? Kevin Owens.
Drew McIntyre.
Okay. I wouldn't put Punk in there because he was hurt for most of it. Woman of the Year.
I think this is all AEW.
Let's see if we can come up with anybody from WWE. We'll try that.
Mariah May and Tony Storm.
Mariah May. Cody Storm.
I know you don't agree, but you got to at least give her a nomination, Mercedes Moné.
Ugh. Nia Jax. She needs to be on there.
Sure. This is
and wait a minute. Fucking Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah. Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax.
Okay. Tag Team of the Year. This is going to be more AEW too. The Young Bucks, obviously, because they've held the tag titles for most of the year, right?
Yeah, this is hard, though, because both their tag divisions suck.
You can't put FTR in there, I don't think.
No.
They haven't done shit in fucking forever.
They're on Collision.
The
Outrunners. The Outrunners.
It's like playing for that.
They've
Arizona
gone
Cardinals.
from jobber nobodies to being like the third highest merch sellers.
All right. Think of WWE now. Let's try to get WWE one in there.
The Awesome Truth.
No. Have they been together that much this year?
No, but I'm just trying to think of WWE tag teams that come in like
DIY? Weren't they just champs?
Yeah, and then they lost them in like a week to the Bloodline. I guess
Bloodline?
They're not going to win, but sure, they suck.
Who else? Like this, we might not be able to get 5 out of this.
Did you put the Outrunners on there?
Yeah, I got Young Bucks, Outrunners, Bloodline.
Who did the Bucks beat for the tag titles?
Who the hell is? FTR, wasn't it? We'll come back to that because we're not putting these up for the fans to vote for a while anyway.
Wait. We're gonna have people fucking vote on these?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on my YouTube channel. I'm just gonna have to.
Not enough people watch this channel.
It's all right. We'll take that into consideration. All right, we'll come back to that. Feud of the year: Punk McIntyre,
Hangman Swerve.
Oh God, yeah.
Danielson Moxley.
No, that's just started.
Oh. Ospreay and MJF. I really loved that.
All right, we could do that. What else?
Talking about feuds.
The Elite versus AEW.
Yeah.
I'll throw that in there. See if anybody votes for that shit.
Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. That was the beginning of this year.
Okay. Cody Roman wasn't really a feud.
Didn't feel like it. That's what here. Yeah, they beat FTR in the tournament final.
Yeah.
God, they've been the champions.
You know what? I'm going to take out Elite versus AEW and do Cody Roman.
Really? That's...
You still got 3 AEWs and 2 WWEs. You got to have a nice mix.
I choose you, Roman.
Match of the year. Ospreay.
At least for 2 of these.
All right. Ospreay versus Danielson.
Ospreay Danielson at WrestleDream. That's my...
Dynasty.
At Dynasty.
Dynasty. Falcon Crest.
Days of Our Lives.
Anyway. The 3-way from last night.
Oh, really? You think so?
Ospreay.
I don't think any WWE match is going to get on.
Cody Roman. You have to throw that up on the list from WrestleMania.
Cody Roman. People don't like Cody Roman because of the actual match. They love it because of everyone that showed up.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter why you love it.
Okay. When the Undertaker showed
your
up.
cousin up there? Fucking pain in the ass, these kids. Cody Roman. That's WrestleMania 40, right? Okay.
40.
What else was good? I don't know. They're going to call me Meltzer, but I'm going to say Ospreay versus MJF.
I was going to bring up that too.
And we need one more.
Swerve and Hangman in the cage.
No, and no.
I love that match.
I would take the one where he drinks blood. Is that even in 24, though?
No, that was last year.
All right, I would take that over. That was awful. He stabbed him with a fucking, dirty needle from the beach.
That's the point.
At the shore.
What about Swerve and Danielson at All In?
That was pretty good. All right. So we have Ospreay versus Danielson at Dynasty. Ospreay versus Takashi, Takeshita, Ricochet, WrestleDream. Cody Roman, WrestleMania 40. Ospreay versus MJF. What was that? Forbidden Door?
Ospreay and MJF? No, that was All In.
Oh, yeah, it was All In. That's right. That was very good. Right. And Swerve and Danielson from All In. Okay. Most popular wrestler of the year. Ospreay.
Ospreay. Well, most popular, that means like...
Who gets the biggest pop? Swerve's in there. Cody.
Rhea Ripley, I guess. I don't know. I feel like everyone at WWE gets big pops.
No, I'll throw Rhea Ripley in there because Rhea's pretty good. All right, we need one more.
Danielson?
Yeah. Most hated.
Dominic Mysterio.
Jack Perry.
The Bucks. Does Don Callis count?
Yeah, because I'm not doing manager of the year.
Who would you even put in there?
There's not too many.
Rico and
all right,
Don.
Yeah, Mysterio, Perry, Young Bucks, Callis, one more.
Who's hated in WWE besides Dominic?
I don't know. I have no idea. Comeback of the year. CM Punk.
Still sucks.
Randy Orton. I'll throw Ricochet up there.
Yeah. Nigel McGuinness.
Okay. And what else?
I don't know.
All right, we'll skip that too. We'll come back to it. Most improved wrestler of the year. Kyle Fletcher.
Swerve wasn't bad before, but he's gotten even better.
Swerve, yeah. Keep thinking. I gotta go see a man about a horse.
Okay, my co-host has left to go check on his hatchlings, so I don't really know what to do here. Are we going to keep this in? Huh. Yeah, I never understood how people have like solo podcasts. They just like, actually, no, I suppose I do understand that. Okay, well, now that I'm the only person here, this has become a philosophy podcast. So now I will explain the intricacies.
What are you doing? Wait, what are you leaving the show?
No, never mind. You'll hear it when you do the editing.
Oh God, I'm afraid now. Where do we leave off? Most improved wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher, Swerve. God, I feel so much better now. Thank you for the break. Swerve.
Did you just go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just had me about a horse. Where do you think I went?
I went to go check on your hatchlings.
My hatchlings.
Your spawn, your children.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about them. All right. We'll have to come back to some of this because I think we're getting near the end here anyway. So, but let's just go over it again. Rest, we'll do it from most improved. We only have Kyle Fletcher and Swerve. Comeback of the year: CM Punk, Randy Orton, Ricochet, Nigel McGuinness. Most hated wrestler of the year: Dominic Mysterio, Jack Perry, Young Bucks, Don Callis. Most popular wrestler of the year: Ospreay, Swerve, Cody, Rhea Ripley, Danielson. Match of the year: Ospreay, Danielson at Dynasty. Ospreay, Takeshita, Ricochet, WrestleDream. Cody and Roman from WrestleMania 40. Ospreay versus MJF, All In, and Swerve Danielson from All In. Feud of the year: Punk McIntyre, Hangman Swerve, Ospreay MJF, Cody Roman, and Cage Copeland, which I put under protest. Tag Team of the year: Young Bucks, Outrunners, Bloodline. Woman of the year: Mariah May, Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné, Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley. Wrestler of the Year, Ospreay, Danielson, Cody, Swerve, and McIntyre. Not bad. We're going to have, because are we still going to take that holiday break around Christmas?
Probably.
Play with our toys and stuff we get and all that stuff?
Yeah, because I'm going on vacation again like last year.
Oh, you are?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
But,
No, but yeah, we'll do a big show, like an award show. We'll get an audience and everything before we do it. Have the Oscar music. Don't worry about it. You just give it to me. So,
sign off!
Good night, everybody.
Get your hand off my penis!